way this diagram has explained the causative, the mechanisms of diarrhea, ORS was made out of an innovation to find a way that when you drink water, despite that imbalance in the intestine, the body will be able to absorb more water than will be lost.
Okay, that's why they add the salt and the sugar.
Exactly. That is the purpose of the mixture of the salt and the sugar in the ORS. And that is what actually makes the difference between a person who is having diarrhea, who is taking ORS, and the person who is having diarrhea, who is taking ordinary water. They don't mean the same thing. If someone has diarrhea and you're taking ordinary water, there are chances that the water you're taking, you will still lose a lot of them.
Okay, so the salt and the sugar in the water helps the body
enhances the absorption of water that you have taken.
So can we say then that would be the most important response?
That is the most important response. And in fact, what I tell mothers that come to me is that when your child has diarrhea, the power to revive your child and to save your child's life is actually in your hands. Why? Because ORS has been made in such a way that they are available in cost-effective packages. Very cheap packages, I think about 50 naira or 100 naira per sachet. And that one sachet can last you for a whole day or for almost half a day.
But
and you can prepare it at home. And there's also a method that you can also prepare it at home. The only thing you will spend is your water, the salt you have in the kitchen, and the sugar you have in the house. Now, how do you mix that? You get 10 level teaspoons of salt and 1 of sugar and 1 of salt, or 5 cubes of sugar and 1 teaspoon of salt, or you get the commercially prepared available ORS sachet and mix it with the water. When you're doing the home-based salt sugar solution, you mix it with 600 ml of water or 60 cl of water. When you're using the commercially prepared sachets, some of them come with an instruction to mix with 50 cl. Some come with an instruction to mix with 1 liter. So you must look at the instruction on the sachet before you mix it. And then another innovative thing that has also come to the management of diarrhea is the addition of zinc, the inclusion of zinc.
Well, how does that relate to, a mother is at home? What does she know about zinc?
Exactly. That time that the mother is going to buy the ORS, there's also zinc. And it's actually advised that as you're starting the ORS, you're giving zinc. There are several benefits of using zinc along with ORS.
So is the zinc included in the pack?
Some have zinc included in them, but you can also get zinc separately.
Okay.
Now, in terms of that zinc, what the benefits it gives you is that it helps to reduce the duration of the diarrhea. It helps to reduce the severity of the diarrhea by encouraging the healing. If you look at those places, you'll find that there's some inflammatory changes that happens in the guts in terms of the diarrhea. So it helps to reduce those things, and in other words, helps to speed up recovery from diarrhea.
Oh, that's all very interesting. We have to go on a break right now. So quickly. We'll take a break right now. When we come back, your calls, your comments, and more on diarrhea in a minute.
Every day you invite us to your home. Now we invite you to our homepage. Join Channels TV on social media. Hang out with us on Google Plus/Channels Television. Follow us on Twitter.com/Channels TV_NG. Friend us on Facebook.com/Channels Forum. And don't forget to like our page. That's not all. Subscribe to our YouTube channels. YouTube.com/Channels Web to get constant video updates and news and events in Nigeria and around the world. ChannelsTV.com. The news at your fingertips.
Welcome back. Glad you could join us again. We're still talking about diarrhea. Now is the time to take your questions and your comments. The number to call is 01-2206-842. That's 01-2206-842. And while you call, we discuss. Now, diarrhea, you mentioned, the osmotic thing. The reason why I'm saying this is there wasn't any mention of infection there.
Okay.
But people believe that as soon as you have diarrhea, you should hit the pharmacy and take medication. Is that true?
It is not true. In more than close to 80% to 90% of the cases, the infection that causes diarrhea is a viral infection, which is the rotavirus, most commonly.
And so it cannot
And
be treated.
so it does not require treatment with antibiotics. And furthermore, some of the antibiotics that we quickly buy may also worsen the diarrhea. So there are two ways. It doesn't help the diarrhea, and it could also worsen the diarrhea. However, in those few cases that it may be caused by bacterial infections caused by bacteria that need response to antibiotics, those cases will be determined by the doctor who is seeing the patient.
Wait, does that mean that the patient himself or herself cannot determine, maybe from the character of the stools, that this is infected?
No. In fact, one mistake that people make is that they say that it has mucus.
Yes.
And they say this is antibiotics, give me flagyl. But that is wrong. Very, very wrong. The fact that it contains mucus does not make it.
How about those that have blood in them?
Those that have blood, most commonly is what we call shigellosis or dysentery. And dysentery specifically is one of the types of diarrhea that is caused by bacteria. And they would require antibiotics. But by the time a child is having dysentery, the best thing to do is not to get antibiotics off the shelf. See a doctor to properly treat that dysentery.
Okay. Now, some
Because
of
it
these
can also
things,
get complicated.
some of these bouts of diarrhea,
Yes.
actually, if you wait long enough, they'll stop. So how does one know, this is something that is minor, let's just wait it out, or this is serious, let's go to the hospital?
Okay. Now, your answer is not going to come in terms of duration. It's going to come in terms of severity.
Just a minute, we'll get back to that, but I understand we have a caller on the line. That's Shade from K2. Hello, Shade? Hello, Shade? Looks like we've lost Shade. Anyway, you were talking about
Yes, severity.
Yes.
So I'll give you an instance. If a person has diarrhea from cholera, it can cause death within a period of hours. One person can pass one bowel movement, large volume of water, and go into what we call shock. Shock is not like the one when you get when you hear bad news. Shock is like the one that most of the water in the body is lost from one bowel opening, and the person becomes extremely weak. In our own term, we call it lethargic. That is an ominous sign when there's diarrhea. Therefore, it depends on the severity. You don't have to wait it out if you're getting weak.
Okay.
If you're finding out that the diarrhea is a large volume, it is very, very likely that you're going to run into the risk of severe dehydration very early. So in that case, when you have that large volume that is making you weak, you take your ORS if you have it at home and get to the hospital.
How about a baby?
For a
baby cannot tell you I'm weak.
For a baby, it even becomes more serious. You know why? You get your ORS, one of the things that tells you that the baby is getting significantly dehydrated is that the baby loses the power to drink or to suck.
Let's take this call and then we'll get back to that. We have Benedict calling from Abuja. Hello, Benedict.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Your question or your comment?
My name is Benedict Chikode, calling from Abuja. Yeah, I have a question with respect to career. Some time ago, I went to the hospital and the doctor was like touching my stomach from my abdomen towards my congestion between my heart and body. And he now told me that this is and after all finding, I took all the drugs he prescribed and nothing worked out. How can I differentiate between us and possible? What are the proper medications for such a thing? Could you say when I eat curry, apple, or if I take something gastric, I will have a lot of reactions, maybe body hot, or sometimes different way. How can such a thing be treated and what are the medications for that? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Benedict. We got that, at least part of it. Did you get the...
How can